and I just want to sesh with y'all. Let me know when you get into the chat if the audio is working, and if not, I will adjust as needed. Y'all, we have, oh, sorry, buddy. My puppy's next to me. Here, buddy, sit down. Here, you sit. Want to sit with mommy? Good boy. We have a very fun episode today. I am going to go over someone in your life, perhaps an op, perhaps an enemy, perhaps somebody that did you dirty. We just don't really vibe with them. Somebody in your fucking life is getting their karma, but we're going to get to that a little bit later in the stream. First, we're going to just laugh so we don't cry. There's a lot of bullshit in the air, and that's okay. And you know what? So is life, and such is life. Hello, Danny and friends. Hi, Rainbow. Hi, Kaylee. Hi, Mel. You know, life is full of a lot of shit, and we'll get into it. First of all, I want to talk about no more Mr. Nice Guy. I am on my period, and when I'm on my period, I don't try to fight my feelings of like, oh, I feel kind of bitchy today. I lean into it because there is a time and place where bitchiness serves us, okay? G40 said, hi, guys. Love you all. I fear I'm on the receiving end. So sorry for anyone I've done wrong, genuinely. What? No, G40. You're good. You're good. Also, things might be happening to us in our life. That doesn't mean that it's like karma and bullshit like that. Hi, Rural Moon. No, G40, you're totally good. You are totally good. I promise I'm not thinking about you with this whatsoever. You're absolutely great. You're wonderful. You can do no wrong. Got it. Anyway, no more Mr. Nice Guy over here. No more Mr. Nice Guy, okay? It's not, healing is no longer enough for me. I need to fist fight my fucking father. I need to fist fight him. I also need to fist fight him with my bare hands and then have all of his buddies around to watch him get his ass beat by not just a girl, by his own daughter. By his own daughter. Mercury is in micro braids, so I think you're neutral, G40. Funny as fuck. Funny as fuck. Yo, I just got my 420 coffee. So fun. Loves that. I'm still hitting my pens, but after today's episode, I am going to go to the dispo and get myself a little bit of greenery, a little bit of grass, because I need it. This period and the way life is lifing. Like I said, I need to fight my father, like fist fight him. But I know what you're thinking. Oh my God, your whole life, you just gonna stay being mad at him? Hear me out. Anger is not negative. Anger is not a negative emotion. The actions we put behind it could be either positive or negative. The situation that made us feel that way might be positive or negative, but the feeling itself, anger and emotions are not bad. My thing is, anger is what alerts you that you need to set a boundary. And boundaries are what help us grow. So when I say I need to fist fight my dad, I'm not saying that to be violent. I'm saying that to help us grow. So really, I'm not in the wrong. I've been feeling very defeated because of my hormones, mostly. Like, you know how like that dip will make you be like, I've never experienced happiness in my life. What does this message say? Ugh, gnarly, you a little freak. Gnarly, you a little freak. Anyway, I've been feeling a little bit like down because of my hormones, and then I had to check myself. I was literally being like a judgmental bitch to myself because you guys know how you hear all the time people talk about like hormones are bad for you, birth control is bad for you. For the most part, I agree. Haven't been on it for 5 years, okay? But because I just had negative side effects, crazy negative ones. But the place I'm in with my life right now, I need to be on these hormones so that I can eventually get surgery down the line to help me with my uterus complication that's going on and everything like that. So that being said, I love that the crunchy community is doing their thing and they're always like, it's so magical to heal yourself. Sometimes I can't heal myself. Sometimes the magic is in taking a potion, okay? Pills and potions. We're overdosing. No, we're not. And also, fuck you, Nicki Minaj. But, you know, sometimes the magic is in the fact that we have these medicine and potions that are able to save us and make us healthy. So that's what I'm trying to like check myself. I'm like, snap out of it, Missy. Be grateful. Also, I've never been a fully crunchy person. I've never been. Because all natural things just really don't work for me. When people say like use this all natural skincare, it's gonna break me out. Here's why. People are like, well, you just need something different. I'm allergic to every single tree and bush on the planet. I was allergy tested. So sometimes when it gets to a point of like, oh, do everything natural, not for me. That's not what I'm going to be doing if I want to succeed. So I had to just like check myself and be like, bitch, hormones exist for a reason. And also, you want to get mad at somebody who's taking hormones for maybe wanting to, like, say that someone's trans and they're on hormones. I would never be like, you didn't want to try to transition naturally? Stupid bitch. So why would I, having a birth defect, be like, with my uterus, be like, maybe I can cure the deformity naturally? I can't. And that's fine. I had to snap out of it. I had to say, you know what, bitch? You sounding kind of fucking annoying. You're kind of sounding ignorant as hell. I'm sounding like those bitches who are in like the MLMs and you try to tell them, like, hey, statistically, everything you're doing is wrong, unethical. You have zero like financial literacy. And then they're like, no, I'm a business owner. No, I signed up one day. I paid so much money for my starter package and now I'm a business owner. You're definitely not. But okay. Kuma Cowboy said, howdy. Did you just draw a uterus? Because that's hilarious. Pretty eyes. Thank you, Tony. Also, hormones help with cramps. Right. And they totally do. It's just like, I think I was nervous too because I have had every single form of birth control available on the market and it did not work well for me. But I'm finally on medication not related to hormones that is keeping me pretty stable. So who's to say it might not go better this time? So we'll see what happens. And it's all being monitored really closely by my doctors. They're working together. So that's great. Bro, the acceptance though, like for real, I have to commend you on that because the fact that you just took it like a straight G, I obviously don't know what went on behind the scenes. No, thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that because that's how I felt too. When they first told me like I have no option if I want to get treatment or surgery down the line, then I have to take these hormones because my hormones are so out of whack that if they were to do a surgery, I wouldn't heal from it properly because my body's not producing the hormones that it needs to. So who am I to be like, well, maybe if I just eat a little more leafy greens, bitch, you eat enough leafy greens, okay? That's annoying as fuck. I also had a girl tell me, oh, you probably wouldn't have autism if you ate more vegetables. All I eat is fucking fruits and veggies. What? So I need to just like, you know, check myself, be grateful, check my privilege, like, because that's kind of ableist and I've always called it ableist to think that people can just heal everything perfectly naturally on their own. And a lot of us cannot. And I'm one of them. And I've always known this. So I don't know why in my head I was being mean to myself. Like, well, your friends in the crunchy community are going to be like, really? You're purposely taking birth control, even though it didn't used to work for you. But you know what? Different doctors are helping me now, different protocol, everything like that. Let's see. I'm gonna put you on prune juice and orca water. No, literally. Sometimes we just don't know how to admit what we know is true. Sending hugs, Danny. I agree with that. Thank you so much. What in the BPD? Who has BPD? Do you have BPD? That's okay. I'm proud of you for trusting science. Thank you, Mel. And that's like my other thing is I've always trusted science. I'm heavily medicated. I don't know. Birth control never worked well for me. But again, I've also never been this stable with my other medications. So who's to say that I'm not going to, like, it might be much better this time. And I'm with better doctors. So it's already going to be a different experience. And I'm choosing to believe that it's going to be fine. It's all going to be fine. I want to put this up higher, maybe. Oh, yeah, that's better, bitch. I love your costume that won the contest. Thank you. Yeah, it's my go-to because I can't take anti-inflammatory medicine. Yeah, that's real. Yeah, I have to take a ton of anti-inflammatory medicine or smoke a fuck ton of weed. And I said, I could do that. Oh, honey, I could smoke a lot of weed. Give it to me. Speaking of weed, let's take a hit. I am going to be double fisting or walrusing, if you will. My two pens, these are both Dime Industries. One is a sativa, one's an indica. Actually, this is the sativa, this is the indica. And let's get into it. Hey, from the UK. Hi, 24/7 relaxation. Thanks for being here. Good God. Good God. Lord. Oh, Lord. Please feel free to hit that like button while you're here. Good God. Someone said, hello from Colorado. Hi, Robert. Hi from Cali. I actually have 0 enemies. Good. That's amazing. The who coughs gets off. No, exactly. LOL, you turn red, girl. Tayshawn. Yes. I am that type of white person. If I cough, I turn red. If I put pressure on my arm for too long, white spot gonna turn red. Something about me. I am Casper the motherfucking friendly ghost until I'm red as a tomato. Hello from Oklahoma. Hi. Hi from Cali. I got to keep my cool at work 24/7 because some people be irking me. And you know what? That's the hardest part I think about working with others. Can we see your souls for a like? No. No, because I don't have cute feet. Okay? Y'all want to talk about cute feet? Not going to come around here. Y'all want to talk about cute feet? Talking to the wrong bitch, okay? I was a ballerina my whole life and through college and a little after college, okay? I got bunions. I got permanent discoloration. And I don't have the prettiest feet because they were fucked up from those point shoes, okay? Wait, does the dog down the street count as your enemy? He's a jerk. He can. Daddy's in the chat. Daddy KVC, good to see you. How tall am I? I'm 5'7.5". Monkey, monkey, monkey. No, sir. Monkey, no, sir. I mean, how tall? I just said how tall. You spelled tall, right? Australia lost and I lost so much money, so I'm getting wasted. No! No, that sucks. That sucks. You hate to see it. Sound hot. What does that mean? Like the mic is hot? Like I'm too close to it? What do you mean, friends? But speaking of enemies, I know some of you are like, I don't have enemies except for the dog down the street, which I don't want to say I have enemies, but I have people that are on my shit list. You know what I mean? So while speaking of people like that, I have a life hack that's gotten me very far in life, and it's actually maybe not the most high vibe, but it fucking works. And so I'm like, you guys might want to try it. You know how in life people are always like, it's you versus you, which it is. You should be your biggest competition. But sometimes I'm not my biggest motivator. Sometimes my biggest motivator is being like, I have an enemy and I know they're not shit. So I'm going to be amazing and really pop my shit so that I can rub it in their face because I know it'll get back to them eventually. Oh, I know it will. It's the best coming in here and y'all just call me daddy. LOL. And you're a new pop. So it's like we're just reinforcing your role as a father. How's your daughter? How's she doing? Oh, it's like peace and love and light. Like, no, bitch, I will peace and love and light your house on fire. No, like, genuinely. And like, I won't actually light the house on fire, obviously. But like, I'm not oh, I'm going to forgive and forget. I'm like, okay, I'll move on from it. I will move on from it. But when I pop my shit, I'm not blocking you online because I know you're going to probably creep. And then that'll be like good motivation. It's like what we're talking about with anger, how when you transmute anger in a healthy way, anger is not a negative emotion. It's just about how you like use it and what you do with it. So that's kind of like what I'm talking about with this at the same time. It's like if you need the extra motivation to push yourself, let the hate for others fuel you. Okay. Instead of going over to them and being like, hey, I'm going to beat your ass, be like, actually, I'm going to slay my life because I know you're not. And that'll like make me do better. Yes, I show you the kitty babies at the end. Something is a little off here. You're too pretty and clean looking to be on here. You got to have a different, more exciting channel somewhere else. 100% facts. different and more exciting channels somewhere else. What is more exciting than a bad bitch smoking weed and talking about the universe with her friends? Tony, where's she supposed to post? I'm like, you trying to damn me to Facebook? You trying to damn me to Facebook? With the elders? With the elders? They're not going to appreciate when I walrus this. They wouldn't appreciate it. Oh, you know what? G40, I think you and I are a little too literal, because some people are saying that he was talking about something dirty. Whoops. Hey, whether he is or whether he wasn't. Either way, I don't have another channel, but what could be more exciting than what we got going on here? Okay, I said awaken big family. We're just smoking together, having high vibe conversations. Tony typing with one thumb. Kisan! To be fair, have the Facebook boomers migrated to YouTube. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Danny will always be incredible. I'm jealous of her husband. David, you're awesome. You're so sweet. Have a great day. Like your eyebrows. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I grew them myself. That's why they growing all over the place. But thank you. Homegrown. Fahim said hi. Hello, Pulpit. I just hit a blinker. Okay, Logan. Thomas is in the chat. Long time no see. Hi. Danny's channel is refreshing, honest, kind, and compassionate. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Wait, Danny, do you read tarot? I was going to ask the other day. Not for other people, no, just because I don't feel as connected, like spiritually, culturally, ancestor wise, like to really, and I don't understand, I don't fully grasp it yet. Come here, booty boy. Monkey, you're allowed to have neighbors. Monkey, what your problem is, you think that you're supposed to be the only one on the street, but that's never going to be true. Anyway, I do Oracle though. We do Oracle readings because those I feel like are more open to your own interpretation. I don't have to know the rules as much, but I don't do like tarot because if you were to be like, what does this card mean? If it's reversed, I'd be like, I don't know, give me the booklet. Lupin, no ma'am. No ma'am. If my girlfriend had said that she did some spells and magic to get me to date her, will that affect us long term? See, I don't know. I don't know how powerful she is. Okay? A7 said, hi. Hello, Pulpit. Thanks for being here. What's the difference? I'm kind of naive with tarot. I haven't learned about it much. Okay, so I thought tarot was white culture. No, so from what I understand, because Alex Reed's tarot has recently quit, and it's causing a lot of controversy about like, well, white women probably shouldn't be doing tarot anyway, at least not, they can do it, but they shouldn't be like administering it as something to profit off of, because you're supposed to be like calling on your ancestors as well. And with white people, it's like, okay, what ancestors am I calling on? The slave owners? I don't know. But again, that's just what I've been hearing a lot recently. With Oracle, it's very much like up to your own interpretation. There is no backstory for the cards. You know what I mean? It's just fully, a card will just say a word with like a picture and a vibe, and it can be more true to you. But with tarot readings, apparently charging for them as a white person isn't the most ethical or respectful, but I haven't done all of like the research on it. I've just, there's a huge community right now online talking about it and about how you probably shouldn't be getting your tarot read by white people anyway, especially if they're charging you. But again, that's actually not why I don't do it. I don't like do readings for other people with it because I just don't know enough about it, and it's too many rules. Too many rules of like, this card means this and it only means this, and if it's reversed it means this. For me, I want to pull a card and I want to be like, this is what I think. You're Nordic and Irish and Celtic ancestors are what you would call on those kinds of ancestors, and you get to choose who you connect with spiritually. Oh, period. Okay. That's good to know. I'll have to do more research on that. I don't know much about like my Nordic ancestors. Like I really don't know much about white culture, like my white, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like my mom's adopted. I'm not close with my dad or like really that many people on his side of the family. So I just like don't really know much about my own personal culture whatsoever, period. So I think that also is why I'm like, I don't know. I really don't know. But that's really cool. I will look into that. You look Jewish to me. I look Jewish to everybody. I think it's because my dad is Comanche, native Comanche. I am part French and German and Norwegian, and my great great grandpa. Very nice. Y'all stop it. Ancestors aren't at your beck and call for tarot readings. Comanche equals Jewish? LOL. I didn't mean Comanche equals Jewish. I think I think my nose and like cheekbones give that impression. I don't know. I think white witchcraft is really fascinating. I have white ancestors. Yeah, and that's cool. I genuinely haven't done enough for research on it, but there's a lot of people online right now saying like white people shouldn't do it. So I'm like, well, shouldn't charge for it. So I'm like, okay, I won't. Well, also, I never was going to. I just don't really connect with it the way I connect with Oracle. But either way, Mel, you've now given me something to research, because I'm not connected to any ancestors whatsoever. The most connected is when I do a little bit of research on, like the Comanche tribes and the Comanche people, and then sometimes I do feel like when I'm researching that, I'm like, oh my God, I love it so much. And I like feel like I really have a deep understanding of it. That's lovely. But that's as far as I've ever gone. Damn, the chat always turns mad racist. Yeah, because trolls, motherfucker, trolls get in the chat. Because if you say one word that's like a pop word, like a trigger word, like if I say white people, every white supremacist is going to be in the chat like, are you talking shit about me? Yeah. Yeah, well, you know that white men probably fucking hate you. I'm like, a lot of them do. Let's start with my dad. Then we'll go to my brother. Then we'll go to some of my cousins. Trolls are annoying. What did you want to talk about today on this live? So we're going to talk about a lot of shit. I have so many notes of shit I just want to like go over, but our main topic a little bit further, probably around like the 45-minute mark in the live, is we're going to go over karma that is probably coming for somebody who you know who might be not an enemy necessarily, but like you just don't fuck with them. Maybe it's an enemy, maybe it's an op, maybe it's someone who irritates the fuck out of you, who did you dirty. They're getting their karma, and we're going to go over it. You're fucking cute. Thank you so much. Your last short was fire. Thank you. YouTube just recommends live streams to everybody in the worst way. See, I have been trying to watch YouTube streams, and I don't understand how to do it. I go to like the stream tab on my phone, and then it only lets me pick between like politics, gaming, and sports. And I'm like, am I doing this wrong? I don't know. I really like your tattoo. Thank you so much. I promise I'm actually going to get it finished soon. I just like a lot has happened recently with adopting 4 kittens, plus already having our 2 dogs, and now I'm going through some health stuff. But I will be on it. I'll fix it soon. We're going to take a hit, and then I want to know. I don't have any like insanely solid opinions on this. I kind of do, but I also have never been to this country before. Cute earrings, Danny. Thank you. Got my little Palestine watermelon. And then a pear. But y'all heard about the girl who is moving to Afghanistan to be with her husband, who she only met once, and she met him on Snapchat? I'm sitting on 9 kittens right now that I gotta get rid of. It's cat shit crazy around here. Oh my god. Sounds like it. All right, I'm gonna double fist walrus this. And then if you weren't here before, this is blueberry lemon haze. This is gonna be a sativa. And then this is berry white, gonna be an indica, both from Dime Industries. Hi, Jenny. I'm lovely. How are you? And Big Ray, how are you? Okay. I said, oh god. Good. Goodness gracious. Doug said first time. Well, welcome. Man, are you seriously telling me that these people visited once on Snapchat and then they were like getting married, traveling across the world, and I can't even find a date? Have you tried looking on Snapchat to meet someone across the world? So, you guys, have y'all heard about this woman? She lives in Texas right now. No, I don't know where she lives right now. She lives in the States. She is from the United States. She lives in the United States. She's making all these TikToks. And she's like, I met my husband once. Well, they met on Snapchat. They've been in person together once. I guess they got married because she's calling him her husband. But his visa was denied. Like the US denied his citizenship or his visa or some shit. So instead, she's going to move to Afghanistan to be with him. And so people were just trying to be like look out for her and be like, hey girl, just be safe. Like, if you're gonna do this, like tell people, like get your affairs in order before you go. Have people like checking in on you like constantly and stuff like that, because as we know, women in Afghanistan don't have rights. They have to be completely covered all the time when they leave the house in those blue. Jack Garcia, relax. They have to be covered all the time, basically. Hello from Africa, Botswana. Hi. Les? How do you want me to say your name? I'm so sorry. I have never seen a name like that before, so I'm not entirely certain how to pronounce it, and I don't want to pronounce it wrong. So if you're able to like phonetically write it for me, however you want me to address you, that would be great. But if not, I don't need to call you necessarily anything. I could just say hi. AirTag 2, yeah. Anyways, so they were just trying to like look out for her and be like, hey girl, it's pretty serious in Afghanistan. Those women, they can't just move around their whole life freely. Like, just because you're American, they're not gonna make an exception for you because you're an American. And there's no American embassy there anymore. So they were just saying like to be careful. And she got online very defensive and was like, people are telling me that it's gonna be dangerous. Really? I've been to Chicago. Hey bitch, that feels racist as fuck. Because first of all, I've been to Chicago. Chicago is like obviously like very primarily black. So I'm trying to figure out what you mean. Because so many major cities are dangerous. And I don't understand your fucking reaction. And then she goes, people keep saying, what am I gonna do when I'm there? Probably gonna go on a lot of shopping sprees, go to the gym a lot, just relax. No, you're not. No, you're not. And like that's crazy. Now I have no um dog in this fight, okay? Because I've never been to Afghanistan. I've never even like thought about going. I don't actually think too often about traveling the world because of my fucking um like I don't travel well. I just like don't fly well. I don't drive in a car well. So Jenny said, I thought Jenny said, girl, you sound Delulu. And I said, what'd I say? So anyway, she's just being like a super bitch about it and being like, I've been to Chicago, so I'll be fine. And I'm just gonna go shopping all the time and go to the gym a lot and all of that. So then people were like, hey queen, that's actually probably not how it's gonna go. And also like Chicago is nothing like Afghanistan. What the fuck is wrong? She's in Cali? Rainbow. Hold on. Rainbow just added something important context. Apparently this woman is in California. So first of all, as somebody who now lives in California, but I grew up in Cincinnati, Ohio, like California is the most privileged place I've ever lived. And that's why I'm not leaving. Honey, I got a taste of the high life. And I said, oh, I was made for this. I wasn't built for the poverty that I grew up in. Now that I'm here, I would like to stay. Now that I'm experiencing a new kind of privilege other than just white privilege, I'd like to stay. That being said, if she's from Cali and she's about to go to Afghanistan and think that shit's not going to change for her, like I feel like that is just thinking that, oh, well, I'm an American. Like it's giving, oh, well, I'm an American and I've grown up with so much privilege, so I'll be safe anywhere I go. It's like, no, bitch. Chicken salad with raisins is so funny. No, what you need is chicken salad with dried cranberries. Oh, I didn't even tell you guys. I just took a 100 milligram edible. Javen, you're killing it. LB King said Israel or Palestine? Palestine. I love chicken salad with cranberries. My white side is showing. Mel, my white side is showing hard as fuck right now. Me, a white woman. My favorite thing to say though is like when I do something super white, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm about to really just full on lean into my whiteness right now, but, and then I do it. And typically it's right before I say something like, newsflash, buddy. Because sorry, newsflash eats every time. Newsflash. I love it. Maya's in the chat. Super Unknown Plants is in the chat. Hello, pulpit. I can't stand mayo and matter sandwiches either. I don't like mayo either. I know sometimes it's in chicken salad, but I can't think about that. Well, I can't think about that. Move to the Middle East and fight then. Oh, because I said free Palestine. I don't know if you know how the military works. Luckily, I do because my entire family's on the military. I grew up on base, and then I married a military man and lived on base. I can't serve because of my health complications, but that's okay. You might not know that if you're not heavily involved in the military your whole life like I've been. So don't worry, Mile High Grow. Mayo and tomato. Now, what's wrong with tomato? Okay, tomato can't be a white thing. Tomato is a vegetable. Don't come for the tomato. Anyway, I just took this 100 milligram indica edible in sour cherry. It's from Fruit, and it's $9. So very good. Tomatoes are delicious, just not with mayo and bread. Well, just that together is disgusting. That sounds horrific. Absolutely not. I don't like it one bit. I'm with you there. Also, TikTok is just like fueling me. Johnny John said trans ? Not trans anymore. Pride month is over, but try again next year. You're a month late. You're a few days late. I had me a BLT for dinner last night. It was delicious. No, BLT goes hard, and I eat one almost every day. See, Rainbow? That sounds fantastic. That sounds fantastic. No, but TikTok. Oh, wait, you're trans? No, I'm not trans. I was trying out sarcasm, but it's very hard for me as a bitch with autism because sometimes when I hear somebody else use sarcasm, I just take it literally and I'm like, you're mean as fuck. And then when I use sarcasm, when I'm like done, I'm like, people think I'm mean as fuck. Anyway, TikTok is fueling me with shit to like talk about and like bring up and see what you guys think. Because why do people take it upon themselves when your flight, have y'all ever been on a goddamn airplane and then it's delayed, but you're already in your seat? I've never been in an airplane that was delayed for more than like 20 minutes, 20 or 30 minutes when I was already in the seat. Okay. But on TikTok, all these bitches will post. I feel so bad for them. You're sitting on a plane. They say, unfortunately, we're going to be sitting here for another 40 minutes to an hour, maybe an hour and a half, but the door's already closed and you can't get off, right? And some bold bitch stands up. Hi, guys. You don't know me, but I want to talk to you about Jesus. If I'm on that plane, I'm going to be the annoying person that's like, oh, really? La 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 la. Don't do that shit. Also, that person who stands up and goes, well, since we're all stuck here, maybe I'll sing you a song. Don't fucking do that. Don't fucking do that. Don't fucking do that. No. Oh my God. Oh my God. I just saw a video of this lady getting asked to like, they weren't kicking her off, but they like were like, okay, can you not do that? You need to sit down. You need to sit the fuck down. Because she stood up and was like, everybody, that like now that we're all here together and we have this moment, Jesus wants me to tell you. And immediately the flight attendant said no. And like was like, ma'am, you need to sit down. No. I was like, yeah, if I don't have a flight attendant like that, I'm becoming the flight attendant and I'm going to be running this whole operation. Because if you're gonna stand up and preach to everybody, then you know what I'm gonna stand up and do? A spoken word. I'm gonna do a Kevin Gates spoken word. I'm gonna say, stop, don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. I got that clip on me if you're hearing impaired. And then everyone's gonna be like, what? I'm gonna be like, shh, I'm monologuing. Okay? Thugging. You know I'm out the gutter. I put that on my mama. Did I stutter? The word of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Kevin Gates. Shall I say warlock? No, Mel, the girl who said, that motherfucker is not real. I believe her. I believe her. I believe her. Because did y'all see her apology video where they made her address it? She looks incredibly uncomfortable. She doesn't look like herself. I'm not saying it's a clone and I'm not saying it's not her. I'm saying she doesn't look the same. So it's, and she looks very uncomfortable. The whole time she looks like she's almost being like forced to say this. And we know that aliens are integrated. Literally, I just watched a video yesterday. I think it actually happened yesterday. It was like a press conference or some shit of some government official. I wrote his name down. We'll talk about it. But like, they're saying that like aliens have been with us for like a fat fucking minute. And then she's like, oh no, I just had a mental breakdown. Yeah, Mel, exactly. She's saying she had a mental breakdown. And I'm like, Maybe. Or maybe that's what they're telling you and you literally saw some shit. Maybe you literally saw some shit because, wait, I did write it down because I just fucking saw it and I thought it was crazy as hell. Unless I like put it in my... Are you kidding me? I didn't write this shit down. Oh, no, I did. So, okay, on June 29th, 2026, Dr. Stephen Greer, let's look it up together. He said that aliens are confirmed. And I'm like, why are you talking to us like we're stupid? We know this. The Grand Master Goat is here now. Welcome. Thank you for gracing us. Thank you for gracing us. Here, let me look this up. Okay. Dr. Greer, aliens. I don't know why I'm looking this up. I'm not about to watch a video with you guys. Anyway. Bro is out here genuinely like trying to make this big mic drop. Dude, we knew. Hey, so we knew aliens were already real. We've been knowing, and you all have been treating us like we're fucking stupid, even though we're not, and we knew they were fucking real. Wait. Have I ever been in Africa? I have not. She white. I always get comments like that. People are like, wow, you're really white. Thanks. Excuse me, 21. She's white and Comanche. Oh, period. Put some respect on me. Thank you. Martin said, what is going on? I was trying to look up this alien shit, but can't find it. Well, I could, but I don't want to watch stuff. The old conspiracies are now just new truths. Yup. Ooh, you just ordered glasses? From where? Are you from Afghanistan? No. Also forgot to wish happy birthday to my girlfriend. So as a punishment, she dressed me up as a girl and made me walk around like that. She also put makeup and lipstick on me. Sohan, did you feel bonita? Deepak, welcome to the chat. You haven't missed too much. We're just going over a bunch of shit. In a couple minutes, I'm going to go over some karma stuff with you, and we're going to pull Oracle to elaborate on it. Because I think somebody in your life is getting karma, which they needed it. So, good. Speaking of like enemies, ops, whatever. What would you guys be if you had like what would be like your like alternate universe you, but like the evil version of you? Because mine honestly would be that I would be like the top ranked leader of an MLM. And then I would also be like a grifter with it. I'd be like, no, like this product, these ketones changed my life. And then all of a sudden I'm like not using ketones and now all of a sudden I sell shampoo. And I'm like, this shampoo saved my life. This shampoo helped me find God. I wish I was kidding. That's how serious those bitches are. USA question mark. Hey, yeah. Cool tattoo. Thank you, Carly. I would be like Super Saiyan. Period. Hubba dubba boo. I don't know. Hooda booda boo. Hooda booda boo. Hooda booda boo. That has to be it. I'd 100% be an assassin and teach the universe, teach this universe me how to fight and kill. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I would definitely be like a nasty MLM leader, grifter. I'd be that type of bitch that when somebody is like, I'm genuinely sick and I need to have like surgery and shit, I'd be like, no, shove some coffee beans up your butthole and use my shampoo. It'll save your life. I'd be John Wick for the shelter animals. Guys, I said your evil self, okay? Evil self. Not, oh, well, if I could do something kind of crazy but for the greater good, your evil self. Because in real life, the people I'm describing right now, it's such a niche, like a niche topic and group of people for me to not like. But I love to hate them. I love it. I love knowing that I am smarter than people who deny science. Sometimes we just need that. Sometimes on the days where I'm like, I feel ugly, I feel gross, whatever, I'm like, at least I'm not an MLM cult leader. Hence why I'd be an assassin. Okay, period. When people say, I know a guy, I'd be that guy. No, when people say, I know a spot, I'd be that spot. They pull up on me. It's just, like, this is Danny. She creates vibes. I'm like, I'm busy doing my MLM shit. Thank you. G40, you're about to make me cry. I literally just want to be more confident. Okay, so. Okay. Ooh, and get rid of all the homophobes. Like people being, yeah, that's a great idea. But that's also for the greater good. So karma is coming. I know a woman. I know a woman. What is a woman? And you know what? A woman, it's more of an experience, a feeling, a lifestyle than it is, something you can really tangibly, grab and squeeze the life out of and watch the juices just drip down like a fucking messy taco, okay? The taco of success always drips with the juice of disappointment. And that's from Danny Bowman from Love on the Spectrum. That's an actual quote from Danny Bowman. Okay, yeah, we can talk about the reading now. Can I tell you a funny, goofy story time? Yeah, probably. Let's do the reading first, and then that'll give me time to think of one, because I have many. Okay, so karma is on the way right now. Somebody is getting their karma negatively for being kind of fucking cruel to you. And I don't know if you're even gonna like expect who it is, because I have a feeling like there's maybe not just one human in the world that's done you wrong or like treated you poorly, but it might be like a human that you don't really, they're in your rotation of people like, yeah, it could be them. But I think you're gonna be like, wow, it really was them. What the fuck? Like for me, I know it's somebody who, for me personally, it's somebody who did me wrong. Like one of the first people who did me wrong, not one of the ones that followed after that and are more recent. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a major way too. I'm getting like a few feelings that are coming up. One, I think they're going to have a public, like a public moment of scrutiny, of judgment, of like facing the music, being found quote unquote guilty. So publicly, it's going to be something that like everyone hears about or knows about, which is ultimately going to be how you find out about it that way, because they're gonna like tell you. Second time, jail. Second option, jail. A motherfucker might be going to jail. Not necessarily for what they did to you. I don't know if that's why. I think you're just about to like be on Facebook or some shit and be like, not that motherfucking mugshot. And you look like shit. That's crazy. Nice. Fine as hell. Shout out to the hair. Oh my god, thank you. Thank you, because it's a wash. It's an everything shower day. But anyway, I think they might be going to jail. I think that they might be going to jail, and I'm not trying to be funny. I'm dead ass like, and it might be for something they did to you, but I think that it's going to also be for something that they've done to you and they've also done to others as well since then. Or it's going to be like maybe this person who did you wrong, they're a horrible shit person and they never got their shit together. So now they've just continued to spiral and make poor choices, and look where we are. Also, humiliation is going to happen. So I'm also picturing like a public breakdown. Like maybe there's a few things that are coming to my mind. Number one, they try to like fight somebody publicly and it gets recorded and they get their ass handed to them. Which, like, look, we don't have to involve ourselves in violence, but that doesn't mean if something bad happens or something violent happens to a horrible person that I'm not going to acknowledge, like, nice, hey, thank you, karma. I'm seeing a lot of comments about people saying, oh, my dad, oh, my stepdad. I'm thinking of my dad too. I'm so excited. So yeah, I hope it's jail. I do hope it's jail. Because also, my dad's a cop. So I would love it if he went to jail. Fuck that motherfucker. So humiliation is also something that's coming to my mind, like public humiliation. But it doesn't just have to be the fight thing. It could also be like making the news for something. Like it's something that's going to be very like, oh no, people know his name and this is a very, or know this person's name. And it's a very embarrassing thing that they've done. The last thing that's coming to my mind, financial losses. Something that's coming to my mind is, are you a Democrat? No, I'm a leftist. I'm a raging leftist, like socialist. Anyway, I feel like somebody is going to have a major financial loss because of them being irresponsible, because of them making, not even just irresponsible, but doing something horrible. It's going to cause them major financial loss. And again, you're somehow going to hear about that. I don't know exactly how it's going to get to you, but lucky for you, it will. And you can just be like, wow. Not only are you going to feel like, well, I always knew it, I told you so, but everyone around you, I don't know if they're going to tell you this, but a few will. But everyone around you is also going to be like, oh, fuck, they were right. You were right. Oh, fuck, like, you have been talking shit. That's the wrong word. You had been speaking your truth loudly, even when it wasn't popular. And now everyone is seeing that you were right. So this is like pretty fucking major. I told you so is very much the vibe. And I told you so is very much in order. You should be able to suck your own titty and say, I told you so. Because yeah, rub that shit in. You were right the whole time. Your intuition is on fire. And not only that, like, I think you're somebody who, once you peep someone's character, you can tell the difference between, okay, is this like person a bad person? Is this their negative character showing? Or is this like a mistake? You know what I mean? This is clearly something where this is their character. So you feel comfortable talking your shit, talking and like speaking your truth. Okay. As you fucking should. I think they might be going to jail, guys. And if they're not going to jail, then it's going to be like a public humiliation. And that's fantastic. Like, because you're not even involved in it. You just get to see it. You just get to be like, and you know, I tried to tell people, but justice was never served back then. But now that whatever situation is happening, justice is being served, at least somewhat. Maybe not for you, but for whatever the current situation is, it is going to create so much more peace of mind for you and like a sense of respect for yourself that you already had, but now it feels like other people see it. No one under 18, please. But also, if you're typing from the womb or you really are too, I'm going to say you could stay because you're a fucking prodigy. If you are 2 years old or younger, including in the womb, type in some shit. I gotta say, you're welcome here. I'm such a contradiction. I'm like, no one under 18 unless you're a baby. Also, no one under 18 unless you're a baby. Yeah, that's fair. That's a contradiction. But I also contradict the fuck out of myself when I see celebrity stuff happen. What do you think of Charlie Kirk? I don't think about him. He's dead. But perfect. When I think about celebrities, not Charlie Kirk, but when I think about other celebrities, okay? When it's somebody that I fuck with, I'm like, oh my God, did you hear like how charitable they've been? Like how much money they just wrote off and like donated to charity and like whatever. I'm like, wow, like that's so cool that they give a fuck. When it's somebody like Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, donating to charity. They just donated like 20 million, 26 million, or a lot of fucking millions of dollars to charity. I was like, huh, yeah, you can write that off now, huh? Yep, greedy motherfuckers. Yeah. And you're doing it because you just want to write it off. Yeah. Great. But when Megan Thee Stallion does it, I'm like, that's a woman of the people. That's a woman who gives back to her community. She gives having a black dad vibe. Me? Me? My father is a white supremacist. That's crazy to say. People keep talking about what do I think of Andrew Tate? Obviously, I hate him. The fuck. That was the funniest thing you ever could have said. Okay, cool. So here's the thing. I just pulled these two cards, right? Andrew Tate might as well be my father. My dad kind of, they don't look alike at all. That was a lie. My dad just has the same opinions, but they don't look alike at all. I was gonna be like, my dad kind of looks like him. He does. But anyway, I just pulled two cards, and I'm gonna elaborate like how they're kind of coming to me and sitting with me for your reading about one of your ops, one of your fucking enemies, going to jail, public humiliation, major financial loss, just suffering publicly and loudly of some kind. Okay. So first of all, this one says, be more mysterious, queen. These motherfuckers are too eager to know your business. And this one says, level up quickly. But to me, what this is saying is, because mind you, these cards are already pre-made, right? So I'm going with the vibe I'm getting, which is you have been minding your business. And I don't think like, oh, be more mysterious means like don't be honest and open and real with who you are, because y'all know me, I can't keep a secret to save my life. But for me, I think it's coming off more as like, be mindful of who you give your time and energy to, and when you're doing that, who are you sharing it with? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and because of that, it's talking about this person who's getting their karma right now. You've taken time away from them. They are too invested in you. They want to drain your energy. They're nosy as fuck. You've taken a step back, been more mysterious. You've leveled up. This says level up quickly. You have leveled up, but also now it's like, it doesn't seem quick to you because you've had to do all the work. But also at the same time, when this other person crumbles because you've already done the work and you've already leveled up, it's going to feel so like, oh my God, well, isn't this just karma? Isn't this just how it was supposed to be? Like, there's going to be a sense of relief. It's not just going to feel like, took you long enough. It's going to feel like, okay, yeah, I feel good about this. Because also, you're healed enough now. You're in a safe enough place to where you can really enjoy it. And you're not going to be like persuaded to reach out to them. Are you okay? I'm sorry I heard this happen. No, bitch. You're not going to be like, maybe I should reach out. Maybe it's my fault. Maybe I should feel bad. No, none of that shit. What's that one song? I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. That's what it is, bitch. And that's what it is. Let me pull some of these too. Hello, everyone. Hope you're okay. Thanks, Disney's Anger. I like her. 21 Gunna, thank you. Do you eat people? Sea bass. What? Are you a billionaire? No to both of those things. Okay, cool. This says red flag, bitch, and use discernment. That's what popped out right away. And yeah, no reaching out to this motherfucker. No reaching out to these bitches. And actually, what I think this is saying is like, continue with this barrier, this, I don't want to say like block, because I don't know if they're like actually blocked or if you've just put up a boundary where you guys don't speak and you don't like have to deal with it at all anymore. But yeah, it says use discernment, like red flag, watch out, reevaluate this person or this situation. Stay the fuck away from them. They're exactly where they need to be, which is getting punished. I think that this is honestly his confirmation. To me, this just feels like everything we already know. This just feels like, yeah, I'm thinking of a specific fucking person. We know this like, so let's say that this is about my dad. We know this dad. We know this man has a history of aggression and violence and like instability. You know what I mean? Like, this is not a time. Basically, I'm worried about being guilt tripped, I think. I think that's what's like for me. Is your dad Donald Trump? No, but he loves Donald Trump. The way I thought about it. Hello, I absolutely love your eye makeup. I have no eye makeup on. Thank you so much. I'm like, so you're saying you like my eyes? Thank you. But yeah, I think this is everything you already know. This motherfucker is dangerous. This motherfucker is not good vibes. Dangerous doesn't have to mean they're gonna fucking murder you, by the way. That's what I said too. You look too pretty and clean to be on here. It's because you're an attractive fortune teller. Okay, that answered it all. Okay, Tony. Saying I look clean is a fun compliment, so thank you, because a lot of people say my tattoos make me look dirty, but I think the only reason I look like clean is because the glasses makes me look. I put these on and then people are like, "You look smart," and I'm like, "It's the glasses." Yeah. Don't ask me shit about math, or science, or history. But like, do you want to talk about like cannabinoids, the universe? We could get into it. You remind me of a girl I have the hots for. She sounds like the most perfect girl in the world. But yeah, this is somebody who, like I said, I'm thinking of my dad in this situation. I already know I'm not going near that motherfucker, even if something happens to him publicly, even if he goes to jail. Like, you're not getting a visit from me. You're not getting any interaction from me, because that's not going to do anything except hurt myself. Just because someone's getting their karma doesn't mean we need to bring them back in. Just because somebody's getting their karma does not mean that, like, oh, that then now all is forgiven and they're a safe person. Chat my annoy mess with this lady. We show you why we. You and your dad have a good relationship? No, we don't speak. We do not speak. I think he had a stroke. I'm like, are you okay? Are you okay? Can you hear me? But yeah, I think it's going to be great to see your enemy crumble, fall publicly. Let's do a crispy, crunchy R. Crumble. A crumbling. It will be a crumbling. But it's going to be fucking awesome to see their karma. And it's not a sign for you to be like, maybe that made them grow. I'll reach out. No, this is like one of the times where you're allowed to be like, told you so. Suck my own titty, like, get my flowers. I think this is something good for you guys. Now I'm gonna, before we go into other topics, we're gonna do another pull from the deck that I didn't make, which is the Work Your Light Oracle deck. What do you think of Mexico? Best fruit. Like, I went there once. I got sick while I was there. I had started whatever. Long story. I had lithium poisoning while I was there. So I didn't get to like experience it as much as I wanted, but crazy fucking beautiful. And the fruit is so fresh. All the food is so fresh. Actually, it's so fucking fresh. You are crazy beautiful, Jesus Christ. 21. Thank you. 21, 21. Hey, from Sweden. Oh my goodness. Okay, I was gonna do like a weird. I was deciding on the British in the moment. I'm like Michael Scott. I'm like, I start talking and I just see where it goes. I don't know what I'm gonna say. But I was gonna do like a British E accent, and then I was like, why would I do that if you're from Sweden? What did your dad do to you? A lot of bad things. But that's okay, because I'm safe now. And most of my family is safe now, for the most part. Knock on wood. Look, everyone knock on something hollow. Everyone knock on shit. Ooh. Okay, well, fuck. If these all want to come out, I'll check them. Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Guys, I literally just said, did I pull the, where the fuck? Where are the cards? Where are the other cards? Did I fucking put them? Ah, ha, ha, ha. Remember how I kept saying, I said crispy, crunchy art, the crumbling. Remember how I kept saying that? This card is called the crumbling. Okay, but we'll get to it. Okay, so yeah, this is the main point of the card. As you can see, this stuff has to break open and has to fall apart so that all of this can like blossom, bloom, and shine and thrive, right? So that all has to happen. But this is the crumbling. What are you clinging on to? And I was literally just saying, like, don't cling on to any type of, guilt of this. Like, should I make amends? This is not a sign that you need to make amends. This is a sign that you were clinging on to some shit and you need to let it crumble, because the card that's all the way on the other side over here is, well, there's like two, but this one says channeling and uplifting humanity, and this one says creating heaven on earth. So if you want to be able to do those things, it means letting go of all of that. It means letting go of that connection to this toxic person. But just because we're letting go doesn't mean that we can't still be a little nosy and be like, damn, they fucked up. Damn, they got their karma. Well, at least that's confirmation for me that, like, I should keep trusting my intuition because I've been on the right track. And moving on from them was the right idea, because look at where they're at and where I'm at. Clearly, growth was not happening on both ends in the same way. Can you heal from what your dad did? I can heal from it, yes. But I cannot like forgive and like reconnect with. But healing is like essential for me, not for him. But you can't really forgive somebody who's still actively doing it. You know what I mean? Like, if he wasn't blocked, he'd still be doing it. So the cards we have in the middle too is to trust that feeling, that little like annoying feeling. What is it trying to tell you? And this one says deep replenishment, rest, be held, retreat. For me, this is saying trust your gut instinct of you walked away for a fucking reason. This is not trying to tell you go make amends. It's crumbling for a reason. Trust the fucking feeling. But with all of this, it can be exhausting. Like, take care of yourself. Yes, rest, retreat, be held, but also like fuel your cup. But also like 21 talking about some you're boring, like when not even like 10 messages ago you were like saying some positive shit. Oh my god. To me, this is very like pour into yourself. This isn't a time to be like worried about this other person. It's a time to be proud of yourself. Look how far you've come. Like, you were right the whole time. And with that, I think comes feelings of overwhelm sometimes. When everyone else finally catches up to what we've been saying, when everyone else finally catches up to a truth that they haven't understood, but we have actually been trying to get across, and maybe they didn't believe us or they weren't getting it, and now they're like, wait, you're fucking right. It can be an overwhelming flood of emotions that are not just positive. It can sometimes genuinely feel like anger, sadness, mourning, because you're like, well, I've been trying to get this point across, and now all of a sudden y'all want to fucking listen? Now all of a sudden y'all give a fuck? Like, but at the same time, it's also relief. It's also, ha, I told you so, bitch. So it's like so overwhelming. Rest, baby. Don't do too much. I needed that as well. I actually really need it. And you know what? If nothing else, at the end of the day, this is my stream and this is my reading, and I needed this. But I hope you did too. We're going to take a hit and move on to other topics. Gerald said yes. How do they take so long to catch up? That's my question too. I think they don't have great intuition, not great judges of character, not great discernment, zero pattern recognition. or low self-worth and low self-esteem. Help me. Water. Sandy, I need it. Goodness. Guys, I had therapy today. And I was telling my therapist all about my new diagnosis and like treatment plan for moving forward. If you weren't here yesterday, I got diagnosed this week with a bicornuate uterus. And like my like PCOS and my ovaries aren't really like working that well. But the uterus is the main issue, right? So basically I've just been doing a lot of like needing to rest and recover and take care of myself because it's just a lot of information like mentally. Sean Duvall said hi. Hi Sean, thanks for being here. But anyway, so I have just had like a lot of emotions and overwhelm, like what I was saying before with the reading. And I was telling my therapist about it today. And I love her. She's just like very on my side with things, but not in a way where she's like, I mean, maybe she's biased because I don't know how it works. I'm sure you get attached to people, but she's just like, I think I'm in the right in this situation, and so does she. And it was so nice to be so validated by her because she's just like, she was really, really just like so supportive and like so on my team and so understanding. And it was exactly what I fucking needed because I just got told this week that if I were to conceive, I would probably die. And I also now have to start treatment immediately because I have a uterus deformity that I was born with. That's super fucking rare. So, but that's not why I need the medicine. It's because mine is super bad and it's so inflamed that it's causing so many issues around now my bladder, my kidney, my colon, my ovaries, like everything, because it's all inflamed and it's making me sick. So, it's like a lot of shit happening like really fast all at once, right? And I felt so validated by my therapist because she was just like, really just like fueling my, like she level matched me. Like, you know, when you're like getting worked up about something and you tell somebody and then their energy is like, yeah, yeah. And you're like, okay, now I feel like I'm basically just like ranting and then I'm just getting it out. But if you're like telling somebody like, and this happened and this happened and this happened, and then they're like, what the fuck? Are you serious? You're like, right, bitch, right? And it like feeds into you and it really feels like a good exchange, like an equal exchange of the energy, right? My grandma has that and she had my mother and my uncle. That's amazing. I wish that was the case for me, but mine's really bad. Um, and mine's not like mine's super close to ripping off and being two separate because I have an injury with it because a gynecologist when I was 17 gave me an IUD that I'm not allowed to have because of the shape of my uterus. There's no room for it. And he didn't do an ultrasound beforehand. He just shoved it in. So it was just piercing my organ for like 3 years. So I have an injury right in the middle of it. So it's like causing a lot of issues as well as the normal complications that can come with it. So that being said, I'm like a bit emotional because mind you, that has to do with your hormones. That has to do with your hormones. So yeah, I'm feeling some type of fucking way. Okay? Who just joined the chat? Red's in the chat. So I'm feeling a lot of emotions and my therapist was like level matching me. And she was even giving me ideas. She was like, and are we gonna sue? Like, are we gonna sue? And I was like, and you know what? We might. And she was like, yeah, we should. And I was like, yeah, we definitely might down the line after I need to get healthy real quick first because I'm kind of tweaking a little bit. But she just gave me what I needed, right? I literally, when we hung up, I thought, she's great. I could never be a therapist because now I'm realizing I would be equally as protective as she is. But also, imagine you have a client who is getting like bullied at school or at their workplace, they're getting bullied or something like that. Imagine you have a client that is being like extremely mistreated in their relationship. When they came in I would be trying to get all the information because first of all, I know people. Who's to say I'm not like, look, this person's in danger. In my opinion, I'm going to hire my friends to handle it. Beat the fuck out of dude. Beat the fuck out of whoever. Or they would come in. I'd be like getting all their information all sneaky, hexing that motherfucker. Or I would have a client who would come in and tell me like, oh, I'm going back to them or I'm making really poor decisions basically. And I'd be like, so you're dumb as fuck? Why are you dumb as fuck? Like, I don't even want to take yourself seriously. Why am I going to take you seriously if you don't take yourself seriously? Like, I would get too attached. I would get too serious. I would get like because I care. And her caring so much, she literally says to me before she brought up the suing, she goes, so do you think that like you're going to do anything, like maybe reach out or like let someone know that this happened to you? And I go, well, my mom thinks I should sue. She goes, yeah, I was thinking that too, but I didn't want to like just say that. And that was what made me think of it is I was like, honey, don't ever censor yourself. Hold yourself back with me. I wouldn't want that. But if I was a fucking therapist, I wouldn't be able to hold back. Somebody would be like, my boyfriend said, I'm not allowed to wear this and leave the house. And then I realized he was following a bunch of like bikini bitches on Instagram. I'd be like, oh yeah, so we need to leave him and I can have him jumped if you want. And then I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be like, do you think that that's something you can live with being with long term? No. I'd be like, okay, so what you have to do is you have to leave. So you have to leave. And if you don't leave right away, I'm going to physically assault him. So it's that'll be your fault, right? So don't you just want to leave? This is autistic chat. We're literally people. Yeah, literally. I couldn't do it. To study psychology, you have to be patient first. So you don't have that at all, you're saying. I have patience, but I can't tolerate people being stupid. Because to me, that's stupid. Like, if I have a client that's like, yeah, I just can't stop, being mean to my girlfriend and cheating on her. I would be like, you're a stupid idiot. Like, what you need to say is like, I'm going to stop cheating on her. I'm trying to seek help. But to be like, it's just who I am. Da, da, da. I would be like, fine, we don't need this conversation. You fucking idiot. 50K or ask JS one question. Well, I don't know who the fuck JS is, but I'm always down for 50K. I also could not tolerate stupid people, but you get along. That makes sense. That makes sense. The way she literally said, I didn't want to just put you like suing them in your head and like overstep. I was like, wow, that's considerate because I think if I were in her position, I'd be like, sue that bitch. Sue them. Let's do it together. You know what I mean? That's how I would feel. Okay, wait. Let's take another hit. And then I want to talk about Oliver Tree. Also, It's not a good idea to put a hot wax pen on a fuzzy blanket. Because I've heard some conspiracies about Oliver Tree, and I am concerned. 50K or go through your teenage years again. Why are you only offering me 50K, which is great, or an awful second option? I would never repeat my childhood or teenage years. I love being a grown bitch. Since I was about 6 years old, I knew I wanted to be an adult. Every year on my birthday, I wish for one of three things. First one, a dog. Second one, boobs. Third one, to be famous. I'm still wishing for boobs every year. Love or money? Love. Because also, once you're in love, if it's a healthy love, y'all can get money together. Spontaneous or predictable life? My autism speaking, predictable. You are a gangster, question mark? Currently, no. Currently, no. But 6th grade me would have answered differently. How's your relationship with your father? We don't have one. It's not good. I probably should have. He's been blocked for almost a year now, but we didn't talk for a few years before that. And honestly, I probably should have blocked him sooner because he had a hard time understanding my birthday and how old I was turning. Consistently. Texting me on the wrong day. Wrong number of the age. You seem like an empathetic person. You're not a bad person. Thank you. Armin said hi. Hi. Thanks for being here. Guys, we gotta talk about Oliver Tree. Okay? I heard a couple, don't mind my bruises and scratches from my kitties. I heard a couple of conspiracies and I wrote them down because I don't know too much about Oliver Tree. And I don't know too much about Antarctica. And I don't know too much about Atlantic Records. So, yeah. Let's just start there. Damn, your dad is fucked up. Hold on, my tag is freaking me out. I need to rip this shit. My dad is fucked up, but my birthday is not the main reason that he's fucked up. He's fucked up because he abuses women and children or people with disabilities, whoever he thinks he's stronger than. Okay, well, it's not happening, guys. It's not happening. Ugh. Oh, it happened. It happened. No tag. Also, these shorts are so boxy and I need to make sure I don't flash anyone. Okay, Oliver Tree. Let me get my notes. Kaylee, had you on my TV, but I missed chat. LOL. Welcome back. We missed you. Monka boy, hi. Are you gonna come say hi? You want to talk about Oliver Tree with us? You want to talk about Oliver Tree? Come here. Yeah. And I want everyone to know this is all alleged and this is all information that I have found online. I literally just took notes on it last night because I was researching it. I thought it was crazy. Here, Monk, you want to sit? You can sit. Don't bark, please. Look at mommy. Good boy. Lay down. That's a great boy. Good job. Thank you, sir. So, Hold on. There we go. A little hair was tickling my eyeball. What was I gonna say? I do not have OnlyFans anymore. Okay, so apparently Oliver Tree was working on like a documentary or something about exposing Antarctica. And he said that there were these massive underground bunkers and that they were creating ways to get to Mars so that when they destroy Earth, so that like when inevitably the billionaires and like top 1% destroy Earth, they also have these like bunkers underground because they're gonna some are gonna stay underground and live underground, and then some are gonna go to Mars, and only they're gonna be able to afford it and know about it and how to get there. So Elon Musk is not creating SpaceX and all of that for us. He's creating it for him, which would make sense. And then also he said that the government has been using his music as torture tactics, and then he had like exposed it on a podcast, right? And then he had a public fallout with Atlantic Records, which like apparently allegedly they are known for this, like to cause their artists death, especially death by airplane or plane or air situation. So this is all very interesting, but he was working on a documentary about exposing Antarctica, and like he said that there were like aliens there, and more than just ice beyond it, and more green and things like that. And he was publicly talking about this documentary and exposing it. He was publicly talking about the government and how they use his music as torture tactics. He was publicly talking about how the 1% are actually building bunkers underneath the ground and trying to find ways to sustain life on Mars for themselves, not for us, for when they destroy the Earth, because they have no intention of saving it. And now he's dead. And look, normal Danny, old Danny would have been like, you and all these conspiracy theories, you kids, you crazy fucking kids. But this Danny, who has seen Epstein Island, the Diddy situation, well, I haven't seen it, but like has heard of now, and like the underground, like LA tunnels and shit like that. Aliens are just like walking among us now. It's hard to not at least want to know more. God forbid I want to know more. God forbid. I got a curious mind. Daniel said you look so gorgeous. Hope you're having a wonderful night. How are your cats doing and dogs? Hopefully have a great summer. Thank you so much, Daniel. The kitties are great, and so are the puppies, honestly. I'm really excited for them all to like be able to hang out. The kitties are ready to meet Monk, but they're not ready to meet Loopy yet. She's a little too anxiously excited. So I'm so ready for them all to be integrated. I hope you have a great rest of your day. One day I can do a pole dance stream. Yes, I'm not gonna be able to do it for a while because the kitty room is also the pole room. When someone is coming out with the truth, they disappear. Yeah, that's what I'm curious about. Very curious. Lucky for me, I have no like influence the way Oliver Tree does, so we can talk about this for now. But hey, if I get big and poppin', don't be surprised if I shut the fuck up. If I get big and poppin', don't be surprised if, if I have Oliver Tree level fame, don't be surprised if I'm like, y'all know where I stand, watch my old shit. Because I don't want to die. I'm going to be really real with you. I'm a rebel with a cause, for the cause. To a degree. Am I willing to die for this shit? Maybe if it's like we're all out in the streets defending each neighbor and neighbor defending each other, yeah. Do I want to die because I'm taking a fucking Candace Owens moment and talking about conspiracies and shit like that my whole life. No, we have Candace for that. I don't need to be the warrior this time. Please. You're gorgeous. I love the shape of your face. Oh my gosh. Mathematics 2400. Thank you so much. That's a cool as fuck compliment. Look at Epstein. Yeah. Exactly. Also, I know that we could go see the kitties, but I can hear that they just fell asleep and I don't want to wake them up because they need to sleep. So we might not go see the kitties. I love the tattoos. Thank you. He's still alive and hiding. And that's going to piss me off every fucking time. Because what do you mean they've posted pictures of him in Israel hanging out with a little girl? I want to show up and fist fight everybody. Pony Boy looks so cuddly. Pony Boy is so cuddly. Look at this picture. I screenshot this picture. Can you touch your elbow together? If it gets touched together, you're very smart. I think that means you're like hyper mobile or whatever. You didn't say I had to hurt myself, but I did. Look at Pony Boy. Him is a good boy. Oh, him is the goodest guy for the little pony guy. So his name's Ponyo, but I've been calling him Pony Boy. Why is he so fucking cute? That's him just looking at me. I bet some people can't do it if they have big titties in the way. Now me, captain of the itty bitty titty committee, captain of the East and West titty tribe. Whoa, tribe because I'm Comanche, but hey, let's chill with tribe. I'm far too white passing for that. I'm like, don't clip this. No one clip that. They don't know me. You clocked me, lol. I'm gonna literally cry. He's the prettiest boy. He's so sweet, right? He's so sweet. That screenshot came from this video. And then he stood up because he wanted kisses. He's so cute. Him does a baby. I know, I love him's ears as well. And he just has such a round little face. He's just like, his face, poor little thing. He's so cute. He's a goodest baby. You know who else is a good baby? Wait. Oh, I woke him up. Hi, handsome boy. He has a little smile. He does. He has the littlest smile. He's so baby. He's so baby. Monk's my little helper. Monk's always with me. Even if he's not like right next to me, he's just like somewhere nearby. Guarding. Keeping watch. It makes you an easy target for the government to manipulate the masses. If you disobey, you are no longer useful to them and they kill you. True. Very true. So, what universe? You're giving me a choice? Don't grow the platform or risk death. And as for me, I'm more of a Libra, right? I'm trying to balance the scales. I'm like, oh, it's a little, we can meet somewhere in the middle, be safe. We can meet somewhere in the middle. I can be popping enough for the government to be like, oh, we better watch her. But then they'll forget about me. Then I want them to forget. I think that's just the attention seeking in me, where I'm like, you'll know who I am. You'll all know who I am. What did the fucking psycho bitch say in that horror movie? I will not live a life I do not deserve. Or some weird shit. I'm totally on a list somewhere. I was terrified about flying because of not even just my social media presence, but my community activism and certain things I'm a part of. I was so scared to fly, but it ended up being fine. Well, fine as in no one gave a fuck that I was flying. I had a panic attack and I threw up in a paper bag that had my food in it, so then I couldn't eat it. So that sucked. You want to be the people's princess like Diana? That's awesome. Yeah. Except no dead. I hate flying. I hate flying too. I try to not do it. But now that I'm about to have so many doctor's appointments and like eventually surgeries coming up, I'm using that as an excuse when people are like, are you gonna come here? Are you gonna come visit this? Are you gonna do that? And I'm like, I can't, guys. Like, I have things coming up. I have to take care of myself. But on the inside, I'm like, raccoon hands, though, not my hands. These are raccoon hands when I do this. If you didn't fucking know, it should be common fucking knowledge. Oh my goodness. Guys, I'm on my fucking period and I'm so hungry. And all I want is like iron rich foods. Like I want like collard greens and like I want soul food so bad. I'm Leanne, guys. Subscribe to your channel. You're seriously so hot. Have a great day. Oh, Seabass, that's actually hilarious. Have a great day. I know, Monkey. Mommy will wrap it up. It's okay. Mommy's phone is dying anyway, but is it ever right to be in a polyamorous relationship with a woman who has a husband and a woman who has a fiance if they are dissatisfied enough with their relationship to pursue someone who welcomes love? Do the other partners know? Because from what I've heard, it's only polyamory if it's everyone consenting. Otherwise, it's just partaking and cheating. But I'm not part of that community. I could be speaking out of term, speaking out my asshole. I'm going to tell you something right now. I could be speaking out of term. I am speaking out my asshole. Because I don't know. I have no stake in this game, honey. Yup. 32 Ghost said yup. I think you're saying yup to me saying if everyone's consenting, it's fine. But if not, it's cheating. Or partaking in cheating. Helping a bitch cheat. Or multiple bitches cheat. And then I have to ask, apparently, phenomena, what type of game do you have that's what's happening? That you got women willing to risk their marriage and future marriage for a polyamorous, well, perhaps not, relationship. You know what I'm saying? I'd like more details. And not because, yes, okay, let me rephrase that. I'd like more details because I want to know the context of the situation so we can accurately diagnose it. But I also want it because at the end of the day, I'm nosy as hell and I just want to know. Me and the rest of the chat, that is. So you feel free to drop your lore in the comments and I will. Tell me whether or not to read it out loud. That's fine. If you don't want me to, though, I am going to screenshot it so that later when I'm high as fuck and I'm having my ice cream, I'm like, oh, I need to work on anti-inflammation. When I'm eating my ice cream, it's a slow process to change, okay? When I'm eating my ice cream and I'm high as fuck, I want to look back and screenshot and know the tea. Love your tat. Thank you. I love her too. I'm so excited to finish her. This was an expensive month. I had to be a little bit more responsible this month. I had to be like, okay, bitch, hey, you just adopted 4 fucking kittens and then they all had to get fixed. And you had to get shit for all of them. And holy fuck. Here's what people don't tell you. Getting a cat is so fucking expensive. It's just as expensive, if not more expensive than getting a dog, right? The problem is a dog just feels more expensive because it's more work. Dogs are more work. Having a cat feels like having a pet. An adorable, perfect little pet. Having a dog feels like having a child. Has anyone even ordered from the weed box? Yes, I used to work with them. They have good glass pieces if you want like a cute, cheap little glass piece. I like their stuff like that. But I don't smoke their THCA flower because it's hemp derived. But if you're wanting to do a collab with them or something, they do send good, like they send you what they say they're going to send. And I kept my little bongs that I got from working with them for a while. I actually like gifted them to other people. Well, the guys don't know, but cheating is something that is based on the illusion of possession of someone. I feel it's something to be thankful for when someone cheats. Like, thanks, bro, you showed me reality. Okay. I'm okay. Period. But also, from somebody who has been cheated on, you're putting yourself in a very bad position to make like enemies. I guess a good position to make enemies. And also karmically, you're not doing yourself any favors. And also, I've just never looked at it that way. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just like, damn, I did. I mean, I do agree. Like, it's always better to know, especially sooner rather than later. But that's wild. That was a wild take for me to read at first. I was like, there's nothing wrong with what you said. I just know I'm too emotionally charged to have that perception of it. Like, if that were my reality, that would not be my perception. Because if that were my reality, which it has been my reality, people were like, do you want me to like jump them? And I was like, can you give me a week to get back to you? And then my mom was like, Danielle Elizabeth, if these motherfuckers go to jail, you're going to jail too, but also you care about them, so don't let that happen. And I was like, oh, fine. Fine, bitch. Fuck. So nobody got jumped. But when offers were made, I took my time considering. Clearing today's a watermelon. Yes, I got my Palestine watermelon. And this is a pear. So I just thought it looked cute together. Mm-hmm. You got it, Deepak. Hell yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely brilliant. Guys, I'm craving miso soup. Craving it. What is that? Like laminated? Laminated? What am I saying, guys? What is this from? Do you ever just have like, I don't know, vocal stems like in your head always, all the time from stuff that you don't even know what it's from? I don't remember a single thing about the movie Night at the Museum. But there's a fucking line in it where someone says, I don't even know what the context is. And someone says, don't cross this line. And anytime I am like driving or talking about staying in the lines with something, or my dogs can't go past here or whatever, I say, don't cross this line. And no one knows what I'm fucking talking about. Also, nobody okay, I went to theater school and there's this really niche random movie that's only available on, like, it's a link through Reddit. It got taken off of a bunch of platforms because it's supposed to be humor that's like The Office, so it's like very offensive. But you know, it's a lot. From what I've gathered, it's just like it was available on YouTube for a while and then YouTube took it down. And now it's only available through like a link on Reddit. But when I was in college in New York for like theater, everybody was watching this movie called Mr. G Movie. And so, look, I'm going to say this now. If you've never been involved in the arts, it's probably not going to be that funny for you. But if you've been involved in the arts at all, it's fucking hilarious. Because this guy is basically like, he's a drama teacher, but he's not talented. And he's a fucking dick with like he has such a big head. He thinks he's like Broadway level. It takes place in Australia. He's offensive as fuck. Like, he says things like, yeah, sometimes, I just like to do spur of the moment drills with the students and just see how they respond. And then he like runs into a classroom and he's like, there's a fire, there's a fire. Mrs. James has 3rd-degree burns. Everybody get out. And then everybody like tries to like assemble and get out quickly. And he's like, run, get the fuck out of here. And then he runs into another classroom and he's like, there's a pedophile in the school. Everybody get out. Like, it's just politically incorrect as fuck. But it's in the same humor and vein that like The Office is, where it's like they're trying to like make fun of that type of person. So anyway, my point being, no one has seen this fucking movie. And I quote it on like a daily basis. And the guy has a TV show on Netflix. It's the same guy who made it, and the show's called Lunatics, and he plays like every main character. It's like 7 different storylines, and he plays each of the main characters per storyline. And yeah, he's just like, that's really all I like have seen from him. And I looked him up again recently, and he like quit acting. So I'm like, this was just a fun stint for you. I don't know. But he's so fucking funny, but very wildly inappropriate. Like, has to be 18 or older for sure. And I quote it constantly, and no one knows what I'm saying. And if they've never seen the movie, there's some things I actually can't quote around them because it's so fucked up, but like so funny. And it's nothing that's like racist or like, I'm not doing any like saying slurs. I just mean like that I don't know, a girl dies, a student dies in it. And he like writes a song. He's like, oh, let's make a musical and dedicate it to her. And then he's like presenting the idea to the principal, and the principal goes, well, can I get like a little preview of one of the songs or like scenes or something? He was like, yeah, this one is about like her reputation at school and like leading up to her death. And he's like playing the piano, and he's like, she's a slut and she knows it. She can't help being a slut on a Saturday night. She can't help taking the drugs on a Saturday night. And then it's like just shit like that. Where it's like, I can't just randomly say to somebody, like, if somebody goes, oh, this is kind of slutty, I can't be like, she's a slut and she knows it. Because they're going to be like, okay. But if I say it in front of my husband, who has seen the movie with me, he's going to cackle every time, choke on his laugh. So all that was to say I have a different vocal stim. That was, don't cross this line. Oop. 32 ghosts. What? Oop. What? I'm like, what? What? What sound? Most of your jokes are inside jokes with your girlfriend, TBH. I love an inside joke. I'd love to be a part of one someday. I'm sorry, that was a Michael Scott quote. You all know that, I'm sure. Um, no, I love an inside joke. I have so many inside jokes with my family and my Glot family. It's fucking hilarious. I love just speaking and like inside jokes with people and like constantly just like riffing off of each other. It's so much fun. It's easier to do it with somebody who has ADHD or autism because I have autism and ADHD people are like me, just a little bit quicker. So once I kind of get a vibe and a sense of their pattern of how quick they are, I can level match. Wait, someone just replied to my story who I hate. What? That's annoying. That's weird. Neurodivergence is needed, and I've always said that. My best friend Emily and I have always said, you got to be a little bit weird. You can't just be cool. I don't know how to be with people that are just cool because I love a good I love to be like, oh, I feel cool. I'm and you know what? At dinner, I felt pretty cool. I was really cool. But guys, it's a facade. Like at the end of the day, I'm just a bitch named Danny who the whole reason Emily is even friends with me is because when we were little, she said I'd never met someone as fucking weird as you. And you know what? The way that I saw her and the way that she saw me, like that still hasn't changed. I saw her when I was a little kid. We were 4 and 5 or 5 and 6. And I was like, whoa, that's a kid who could be like on Disney Channel. That's a kid who's very fucking funny and quick and like talks to parents like they're like she's one of them and doesn't really give a fuck what people say. Like even parents who are like, oh, you can't do that. She'd be like, give me one good reason, Jen. Give me one good reason. Or like, give me one good reason, Mrs. Bob. I don't know. I don't want to say real name. Give me one good reason, Mrs. Bob the Builder. But like just the way that she like operated was so confident and funny and witty and quick. I was like, this girl, me in kindergarten, kindergarten, this girl could be on Disney Channel. She's so cool. Emily meets me for the first time. I have never seen something as weird as this. To be fair, her favorite story to tell whenever I bring this up, she'll be like, that's on you, bitch. The very first time I met you, you came up to me and my friend and you said, hi, can I play with you? And I said, yeah, but we're playing fairies. So you're going to have to, be a fairy. I said, okay, cool. And then I put my legs behind my head. I put my hands like, I'm not going to like do it, but I did like one of those, put my legs behind my head, put my arms through. And I said, okay, fairies, you can put oranges in me now. I'm a basket for you. That's my superpower. And Emily said I was just on the concrete because we live in a city. We're Cincinnati kids. So at school, there is no playground. There's concrete. You're outside the city streets. So it's like kindergarten, and I like walk. Yeah, I'm on the concrete, the hot ass blacktop like concrete, legs behind my head, in a dress, mind you, a school jumper, but I had shorts on underneath, arms through it, talking about some. Put you okay, fairies. You can put oranges in me now. I'm a basket for you. That's my superpower. And Emily was like, this bitch is weird. This bitch is actually the weirdest person I've ever met. I have to be with her all the time. This is awesome. And I was looking at her like, you're going to make me famous. Like, Emily's going to give me my first professional job. Mind you, this bitch is younger than me. We're in the same grade. Like, we were in the same grade in school. This bitch is younger than me. So I feel the same way about her now. I'm like, that bitch is so cool. She's just so funny. She's fearless. She's very smart, very good with people, all fucking people, very good at manifesting shit. And she feels the same about me. Weird as fuck. Weird as fuck. She literally was like, one time, I forgot I was on FaceTime with her and I was talking to my dogs. And she just starts giggling. And she was like, "You're so fucking weird, but like, it's actually really good for the dogs. Like, I actually feel like you're genuinely like connecting with them, but like in a way that only your dumbass could." And I was like, "Thank you so much. I feel the same. I really agree with you. I see that." "Are you gay?" "No, Charles Bacon. Not fully. I'm married to a man. Okay? Is that what you want to fucking hear? Is that what you want to fucking hear, Charles? Are you gay? Please say yes. Please say yes. Please say yes. Have you gay?" Never mind. Okay, let's take a hit. Kaylee's gay. Thank God. Thank God. Someone's gotta be. Jesus Christ. You know what's always funny to me? When people are like, every girl needs a gay bestie. Like one gay best friend. Every girl needs one gay person in their life. I'm like, one? Somebody literally asked me one time, "Do you have a gay bestie?" I said, "I have besties and they're all gay." Anne's wondering, wiggle. Hey, good to see ya. Erica just got home from the smoke shop. What did I miss? Okay. You're here just in time because I'm really about to take like one more hit. But also, nobody move. Look. Oh, he heard me. Oh, sorry, buddy. Oh, I'm so sorry, buddy. Go back to sleep. You're okay. I would do anything for him. I would do anything. I love him so much. He looked at you. Of course he looked at me. That's my baby boy. The ear, he said, his ears are always like this. So, oh well. Yeah, he's a very cute dog. The cutest of them all. You know what I'm saying? All right, you guys. Actually, we need to take our last hit because this, she's kicking in. It was getting, I always get like really hot under the lights. Look what I have right next to me. The moment that we stop chatting, sweatpants are going on. The moment that we stop chatting, fuzzy socks are going on. The moment that we stop chatting, I'm getting up close and personal, cuddling that pup on that couch. Hey, Deshaun. I'm so stoned. What up, pretty mamas? I'm so glad that you're stoned. You're getting here right at the tail end. Right at the let me see your And you know what? We're just gonna take one more hit. I've been talking a lot. But let me catch you up real quick. Your enemies, they're about to pay. They're about to suffer. And you want to know some major points you might have missed? Don't worry about the reading. These are the main points. So karma's on the way. Somebody's getting their karma in like a very negative way for their cruelty toward you. It's either going to be publicly like somebody records it and puts it on the internet. You know what I mean? And everyone like shames them and now everyone knows. And then they're going to have a hard time after that. Or it's going to be jail. And I personally, I hope it's jail. Personally for me, I hope it's fucking jail. Or it's going to be humiliation. Public humiliation. Like, in a way that's like on the news. It's going to be somebody like, man found trying to break into a house, but husband was home and pulled the man down from the roof, but his pants fell down. And then everyone noticed he had a micro penis, which is okay, but not if you're a bad person. You know what I mean? Like, humiliation on a major scale. Man, you're a fucking vibe. Thank you. Thank you, Ants. The last option, and also it could be all of these. It could be all of these, and that's why they go to jail. Financial losses, something major, something great, terrible, but great. Harry Potter reference. Do you get it? Do you fucking remember it? Because I don't remember who says it, but someone, I promise you, someone in Harry Potter says it. Financial losses. I think somebody is going to like suffer financially like crazy, and in a way where it's like, oh, now you lost your house, now you lost your car, now you got to pay back like child support finally. Or, you know, you really shouldn't have vandalized their car, and now that you did, now they're gonna have to pay you for whatever the fuck. So basically, karma's on the way. Somebody did you so fucking dirty, and karma is on the way to get your get back for you, but it doesn't mean that you have to then be like, okay, cool, now we're even. They've paid the price. It's more like, okay, cool, so I was right. So fuck them. Fuck that motherfucking bitch now and forever. And honestly, whatever punishment they're getting, I hope you get it twice. Thrice, even. Danny, I love the content. Smoke a bowl. Thank you. Today was my last day not having flour. So I've just been using these buddies and I've been walrusing them. Double fisted, fisticuffs. Right in there. The colors on your tats pop well with your skin tone. Thank you so much. The girl who did that, who like designed it and did it, is a like a color theory specialist or whatever. So she did it to like, yeah, compliment. So thank you for noticing. So anyway, yeah, karma's coming for somebody who did you wrong. You're gonna notice it. It's gonna be public. It is going to be not only public knowledge. Here's the main thing. You've been saying this shit for forever. You've been saying this motherfucker sucks. This is a bad person. This person is going to end up doing shit to other people. Everybody said, I think they're really trying to change. Because now, look, bitch, you probably going to jail. Not you, but the third party. Okay? So this is not a sign like they're going through something crazy. Reach out to them. This is a sign that's like, so you were always right. And people are probably going to avoid telling you that you were right. Like the ones who were wrong as fucking loud about it. But the ones who were like maybe not involved in it, just looking from a distance, are going to be like, oh my God, bitch. Like, you were right as fuck. Like, how does that feel? Sit there, soak in that glory, take it in. Just don't reach out to them, okay? I need you to, this needs to be more of a gloat moment. This needs to be more of a ride that happy high and do something with it. Continue thriving. How funny would that be? You continue thriving, you get better. And then they go to jail, you get better. Wouldn't that be something? I think it would be something. I wouldn't be mad at it personally. And I'm talking about my dad. So fingers crossed. Something about me, I always say crotched. Like, I'll be like, okay, we got to crotch the street. Fingers crotched. And in my head, I was like, don't say that this time, though, because the chat can be vile. And so what did I do? I said, well, I'll say it, but I'll explain it. That changes nothing, bitch. You said it. All right, we're going to take our final hit. No, fighting it. Be brave. Do not be afraid. That's what Emily Glott always says. There's a car going by outside and it's so annoying. No, my bitch Emily that I was just talking about. One time we were living together with my husband in New Hampshire because it was quarantine. So we were supposed to be living in, I was already living in New York City. She was supposed to move up there and meet me, but then COVID happened. So we all had to quarantine. So I went to New Hampshire to be with Isaiah because he was stationed there. And so then she went and stayed with us for like a year, just for like a fun little quarantine together. Anyway, there was this like trail in our backyard area. We called it the spot. We'd be like, you want to go to the spot and smoke? Because nobody would really go there, so it would just be us. Every once in a while, there would be like an unhoused person or people like shooting up drugs, but they wouldn't come near us. So like they had their area. We were some feet away. We were good. Anyway, I don't know New Hampshire like that. This was my learning experience for real. I didn't know that I've never seen a fucking caterpillar that's, why is a caterpillar this thick? Why is a caterpillar this thick? That's not a fucking caterpillar. I'm gonna freak the fuck out. They're white and they're this thick. I didn't know. Okay, fuck. I'm used to a caterpillar like where I come from. Caterpillars are the colors of rainbows. There's blue ones with little black dots on them. There's green ones with little black dots on them. There's orange, red, yellow. This looked like a fucking, I don't know, like when you get like, it didn't look like a caterpillar. It wasn't even fuzzy. It wasn't even like fuzzy for real. I didn't know it was a caterpillar. Anyway, I had a pixie cut at the time, and one was crawling on my head and one was crawling on my shoulder. And I couldn't feel it because I had a hat on because it was like the fall winter and I had a jacket on. So I couldn't feel it on my shoulder. And Emily sees it on me. She sees it fucking crawling on me. And she says to me, I can tell that it's a bug because we're talking, we're laughing, we're high as fuck. I had just handed her the bowl, the pipe that we were smoking out of. And she goes, Danny, don't move. Danny, don't move. Hey, no, bitch. I'm already gone. I stood up real quick, did a quick flap, did a quick freak the fuck out. I was like, no! Like I screamed, I cried. She goes, Danny, don't move. You don't want to like get it, like down your shirt or something, like down the back of your jacket. So I don't sit there and I go, help me, help me, help me, help me. I'm like sitting there crying, like shaking, like help me, help me. And she's so afraid to touch it, but obviously she's afraid to touch it. I'm more afraid to live it, right? And she knows that. She knows she has one job. She has to do it quick because I'm freaking out. But mind you, she's scared because it's this fucking thick and like this long, and there's multiple on me. She walks up to me and she goes, I got you. Puts one hand on my thigh with her other hand because I like am sitting at this point. I'm like on the ground. She puts one hand on my thigh, and with her other hand, right as she picks up the caterpillar, the one that's like trying to crawl into my jacket area, she goes, do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. And like each one she removes is, do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. Me all the time when I have to be brave. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid while I'm doing it. Not before, not after, during. Do not be afraid. And I say, bitch, it actually works because you are focused more on like screaming it and doing it. Because if you just say it first, then you have to do it and think about the fact that you're doing it. If you scream it while you're moving with it, it's like that's your focus. You're like, and you have to do it on the timing. Never back down, never what? Literally. And it's like that's your focus. Like you want to do it on the timing. No, I love Do Not Be Afraid. She's so funny. Put that on a pink shirt. put that on? Oh, do not be afraid. That's some shit my mom would wear. Or she'd like buy it for me and put it, like she'd buy it and it'd be on one of those pieces of wood that's just like a literal piece of wood that has shit carved into it that you just set down. Her immune system is working overtime to fight that tattoo ink. Well, and if that's true, keep fighting because we got more coming up. In this life, we must pick and choose what we partake in that will kill us. Now, for me, I've chosen to engage in tattoos, seed oils. Well, maybe not these days, simply due to inflammation. What's the meaning of your tattoo? It's an angel, but it's the way that like the Bible describes an angel. It's not completely finished. Mom seems cool as well. I see where you probably get it from. Thank you. My mom is cool. Did you in fact wake and bake? But of course, darling, but of course. Also, I had therapy this morning and it was emotional. So of course I had to smoke. Wait, hold on. Okay, yeah. So my phone is I don't want my phone to die, and then that's how the stream ends. So I'm gonna let you guys go because my phone is on 3%. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your grandma.